Hey everyone, Arbiter Wolf here with another weekly video. So I would like to say that this week was a little bit of a better week for getting stuff done. I finished up the 250 head drawing challenge from Drawbox, and now I can start moving on to lesson 2. This lesson 2 is focused on contour lines, texture, and construction, so I feel that that's going to be a lot more helpful than just drawing boxes constantly. So it should be a bit more fun for me, and hopefully I can also apply it into my drawings. Now, if you don't know, I'm kind of in a limbo period because I have finished my 100 head drawings and now I'm trying to move into a different kind of project or plan. I'm using the month of April to kind of finish that up to come up with my plan. So, one of the things of my plan is to have a structured learning process, and what I've picked for this is the Drawbox lessons. So, that's what I'm going to be using for my structure, and then I'm going to be using more of a project base or focusing heavily on what I want to be doing with art type of practice for the other part of my learning. So to keep it really simple, it is structured learning with what I want to be doing learning. So this month I've been doing a lot of experimenting, trying to figure out how I want to learn while doing the things that I want to be doing with art. I feel like I found some pretty good tools that have been working for me. One is just doing a trace over from a reference that I'm trying to learn, and then after doing that, drawing it just from reference, no trace over, off to the side, and then recalling it without having the reference in front of me whatsoever. And I was seeing some very good results with this because it's very helpful to get the feel of a reference from kind of tracing over it, then trying to draw it with the reference. And then finally, when you draw it from memory, then you get to realize what you understood about the reference and what you didn't understand about the reference. That way, when you go back to it, you can kind of see, oh, that's how that was kind of constructed, or it actually looked like this, and you should do it like this next time. The other thing with this is that it kind of takes a good amount of setup to kind of do that. I could do it on my tablet where I can kind of trace over references using the Krita software, or I can try to set it up using a little backlight thing that I have for pages that can allow me to do traceovers from the books that I have on drawing. Specifically, the one that I've been using is the Point Character Drawing book by Taco, which has been really helpful for me and is helping me a lot with just constructing the body and the head. But like I said, this is a pretty big kind of like setup process to kind of get into. And I'm looking into a little bit more practices for just picking up my sketchbook and getting right into it. So the big thing that I want to do with my plan is just make it an easy to follow guide of what I want to be doing and the plan on how to get there. And I want to make it as easy as possible to kind of follow. That way I'm not getting lost. And I want to have also a mix of both complex practicing and easier to go to practices for when I do have kind of a rough week from work or just not enough time. That way I have something to go to that's kind of easier and I'm not losing skills when I have a rough week. I'm just kind of maintaining stuff with kind of these easier practices. So I hope to kind of get this all finished up by next week and I can kind of show you the game plan for what I want to be doing with art and kind of my plan to do it. So that's pretty much really all I have for this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to just do a video specifically based on my plan or if I'll make it into one of these weekly videos, but for sure I will be kind of giving you guys the idea of what I'm going to be doing going forward here. That way I'm not in this limbo state. So Thanks for watching, and if you guys liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.